All right, guys, good evening. So, we got another one here in my not so good DJ Khaled voice. And basically, it's family says California man died in same manner as George Floyd. So, this is another killing of another Latino person. Now, does this person look like an Afro Latino to you? No, he doesn't. He doesn't to me. And while I have done a couple of videos in the past, this is kind of a reference to somebody that made a comment in my comment section in my last video, where they were trying to, by their comment, insinuate that I'm ignoring the cops killing of Afro Latinos, which is complete bullshit. Because I know a couple of the stories that I did, a couple of the people were. They just so happen to be Afro Latino, so people need to cut it out with that crap. Okay? So I wanted to talk about this because I saw it earlier today, and it's a shame. It really is a shame, and it just seems like this stuff is happening more and more. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and continue on. Police in the Northern California city of Alameda have released body camera footage showing officers pinning a man to the ground for more than 5 minutes during an arrest last week that ended in his death. Mario Gonzalez, 26, stopped breathing after the April 19th interaction with police at a park in Alameda. Police statements said Gonzalez had a medical emergency after officers tried to handcuff him. His family contends he was killed by police who used excessive force. Just a day before, a jury in Minneapolis, Minnesota, found former officer Derek Chauvin guilty of killing George Floyd, an unarmed black man, by kneeling on his neck for nearly 9 minutes in May of 2020. The verdict has renewed a push for further policy accountability in the U.S. And before I continue, I was glad that they found Chauvin guilty. I knew that Chauvin was going to be found guilty, by the way. I was probably the only person in my entire family that thought Chauvin was going to be found guilty, and I was right. And to me, it's because, the country is changing, the climate is changing, and I think that people are way more, quote unquote, I guess I would use for lack of a better term, way more progressive than people actually believe that the majority of people are. So I really wasn't surprised of him being found guilty. Like I said, I do think it was a good thing, because I definitely didn't agree with the way Floyd died. So anyhow, I wanted to get that little point across before I continue, because I know I didn't do like a full video expressing my sentiments about that whole case. The family of Gonzalez were quick to make the comparison. The police killed my brother in the same manner they killed George Floyd, said the dead man's brother, Gerardo Gonzalez, at a news conference on Tuesday night, shortly after the body camera footage was released. The nearly hour-long video from two officers' body cameras shows police talking to Gonzalez in a park after receiving 911 calls that he appeared to be disoriented or drunk. Gonzalez seems dazed and struggles to answer questions. When Gonzalez does not produce any identification, the officers try to force his hands behind his back to handcuff him, but he resists, and they take him to the ground. The officers repeatedly ask him for his full name and birth date. "I'm going to take care of you, okay? We're going to take care of you," one officer says. Gonzalez, who weighed about 250 pounds, grunts and shouts as he lays face down on some wood chips while the officers restrain him. One officer puts an elbow on his neck and a knee on his shoulder. "He's lifting my whole body weight up," an officer says at one point. One officer also appears to put a knee on his back and leaves it there for about 4 minutes as Gonzalez gasps for air, saying, "I didn't do nothing, okay?" Gonzalez's protests appear to weaken, and after about 5 minutes, he seems to lose consciousness. Shortly before he stops breathing, one officer asks the other, "Think we can roll him on his side?" But the other answers, "I don't want to lose what I got, man." Apparently seeking reassurance, the first officer asks, "We got no weight on his chest," then repeats, no weight, no weight." "He's going unresponsive," one officer says. The officers rolled Gonzalez over and performed cardiopulmonary resuscitation, but he was later pronounced dead at a hospital. Lovely guy. At the news conference on Tuesday, family said Gonzalez had a 4-year-old son and was also the main caretaker of his 22-year-old brother who has autism. An autopsy is pending to determine the cause of his death, but family members said police escalated what should have been a minor, peaceful encounter with the unarmed man. He's a lovely guy. He's respectful all the time, said Mario's mother, Edith Arenales. They broke my family for no reason. Alameda is committed to full transparency and accountability in the aftermath of Mr. Gonzalez's death, the city said in a statement. It said Gonzalez's death is under investigation by the Alameda County Sheriff's Department, the county district's office, and a former San Francisco city attorney hired by the city to lead an independent probe. The most recent death in police custody in the U.S. comes as advocates have pushed for reviews for various restraints and used against those being arrested. The Alameda Police Department's policy manual permits the use of pain compliance techniques for officers who have completed department-approved training, according to NBC Bay Area. It also includes a section on trained officers' ability to use the controversial carotid control hold when it appears necessary to control a person in certain cases, including if the person is violent or physically resisting. The 3 officers involved in the arrest have been placed on paid leave during the investigation. So I will do as I always do and leave this, the link to this in the description box. This is pretty sad, and it sounds as if, this guy really, it doesn't sound like he was doing anything to nobody. So, I am kind of curious because in that last video, not only did I have somebody accusing, I guess, in a passive-aggressive manner, trying to accuse me of not including all Latinos when I do these types of videos, which is BS. And then I also had a couple of other people who were probably on the very right-leaning side. Both of these accounts, I have never seen them before, and they gave me the impression that they were white men, and they were fighting with me too. So this just goes to show this is the stuff that I go through a lot on here. I get it. I literally get it from both sides, like from all sides, all around. So. And that's why I know that I'm on a track that, people are going to have a hard time resonating with, because I'm not on the extreme one side, nor am I on the extreme of any other side. I do these videos because I feel like this is the right thing for me to do. And I really don't hear too many Latin people talking about these things like that, specifically when it's happening to other Latin people. So, I hear about Latin people talking about it more when it happens to Black Americans. It's fine. I have no problems with that. But I feel like there's not enough of us talking about this type of stuff when it happens to us. So I feel like I'll do it, and, I'm not here for tons of subscribers. I'm not here for people to like me. I could care less if people like me. I'm not here for a huge fan base. I'm not here to build an army. I'm just here to put out information, and that's it. You're going to agree with me on some things. You're going to agree with me. You may not agree with me on other things. Who cares? But I am constantly getting pushback, even from, the small, I have a tiny channel over here. And regardless, I seem to get pushback as if, I'm this big time YouTuber, and I'm not, which I find really funny and strange. You figure if somebody's not important, then why is it that, they get so much pushback the way that I do it? I still, it's going to sound weird, but sometimes I am like flattered by it a little bit. I am, I'm like, me? Really? The little old me. And people like to, start stuff with me, and they like to be all, tough in the comments, and they never show themselves. It's always the same deal. These people never show themselves. So I guess we're gonna see what happens with this story. We'll see how things develop after this, and it really sounds like the guy was literally not doing anything. So, why people were saying he was disoriented or whatnot, I guess, I guess the autopsy will find out what that is, but it doesn't sound as though he was like doing anything to anybody. So, who knows? Just a really sad scenario. Anyhow, all right. I guess I'm gonna go for now, and I'll see you all in my next video. If I can get something up soon, I will. If not, then I can't promise anything. I know I'm like just rambling. We have a lot of like stuff going on in the house. We're actually getting one of our bathrooms built out into a full bathroom, and they are all day. It's just nothing but construction, so the whole house is like super loud. So I can't. So I was like, I had a little bit of time. I'm like, I'm gonna try to do this quick before I go to bed. So anyhow, all right. Let me shut up, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.